Hello and welcome to my review of Garkorr, the Bladegheist Revenant for Age of Sigmar. This model is a 500 store exclusive miniature that Games Workshop brought out on Saturday the 20th of October 2018 in celebration of them having the 500th store opening. The model costs £20 and it's probably the easiest model ever created to build. Obviously you get it in this funky collector's edition kind of box, I suppose, with some painting guide. Then it says he's got a tomb great blade and a sickle as well, a little gravestone, and it shows a skull there, but the skull isn't actually on the model, so it's a bit cheeky. Games Workshop have kind of added a skull to their base. But anyway, it comes in this thicker box, even though he's one sprue, but that's because of the depth of the model itself. Also comes with this little booklet, which doesn't show the paint guide in it on the back of the box, so you're gonna have to keep them separate, but it shows the instruction guide, which is just, you know, 2 pieces, and his rules, which I'm going to go through in a moment. But first of all, let's just have a look at the model itself. I'll just zoom in and get a better angle. Lots of detail on this miniature. The sickle is pitted in places. The gravestone even has writing chipped in there. The plant has kind of thorns on it. There's chains and hooks dangling from his cloak in places. And the sword, there's a fair bit of detail pitting, and you know, a real sense that he's just picked it up off the floor or whatever. It's a huge blade, taller than a Primaris Space Marine. And speaking of which, I might as well just do a size comparison. Got a normal Space Marine here, like so. As you can see, completely dwarfs a normal Space Marine, and even a Primaris is taller than Primaris, would you believe? So there goes the size comparison. So it's a tall model, definitely a tall model. He's part of the Nighthaunt range from Games Workshop. If you have a look at his mask there, it's quite detailed. It's got this jewel in there, and yeah, very kind of spooky. What's going on under that cloak? Well, nothing, just a bit of glue. Anyway, so not that spooky. What I'll do now is just go through the rules. Obviously I'm not an Age of Sigmar player, so bear with me while I make a complete mess of this. Essentially, the little wheel on the left, it says wounds 1, move 8 inches, save 4+, and bravery 10. He is a Bladegheist Revenant, and his melee weapons, he's got a tomb great blade, which is a range 1 inch, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, and damage 1. A unit of Bladegheist Revenants has any number of models. Each Bladegheist Revenant is armed with a tomb great blade. The unit can fly. Abilities: ethereal. Ignore modifiers, positive or negative, when making save rolls for attacks that target this unit. Fearful Frenzy. You can reroll failed hit rolls for attacks made by this unit if it is wholly within 12 inches of any friendly spirit torments or chain ghasts. And then finally, Whirling Death. This unit can retreat and charge in the same turn. In addition, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of this unit's Tomb Great Blades if it made a charge move in the same turn. So 3 abilities there. Sounds pretty decent. I like the Tomb Great Blade. It's an easy enough number to hit and to wound. It's got a good couple of attacks, and it's rend and it's damage. The keywords are Death, Malignant, Nighthaunt, Summonable, and Bladegheist Revenants. So they're all the rules for Garkorr, as his official name is. I think he's a really cool model. Definitely stands out a fair bit from your other Bladegheist Revenant models. I just really like all of the Nighthaunt models. They're definitely in one of my most favourite armies to collect in Age of Sigmar. If I was going to collect an army of kind of spirits, be pretty awesome. Anyway, that's Garkorr, the Bladegheist Revenant. What do you guys think of the model and the rules? Especially if you're an Age of Sigmar player, please do put it in the comments below as always. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.